Hey, what's up, Brooklyn? I'm Medwin Pang, chef and owner of Hunger Pang Restaurant in Prospect Park South in the heart of Flatbush. Here we are at the Brooklyn Fair to pick up the 5 secret ingredients that you guys have picked for us for this episode of Chef Roulette. Let's go shopping. Hunger Pang came about and the name was just fitting. Food has always just been a really special part of my life. So let's see what the 5 secret ingredients are. What do we got? We got purple asparagus, loose tea, baby cauliflower, pork chops, and grapefruit. Grapefruit? Grapefruit. Okay, let's go get some stuff. So here's our beautiful baby orange cauliflower, which is one of our 5 secret ingredients today. When I pick cauliflower, I really look for nice, firm stems, not too mushy, no dark spots, smell, of course, and color. So that's 1 out of 5. Let's go get some more. Grapefruit, you like to be firm, definitely smell through the skin, and color. I'm gonna go with these guys. So our next ingredient was purple asparagus, but we don't have any purple asparagus here. So I'm gonna do what chefs do and just improvise. So here's some gorgeous baby broccolini. What I like about this, not only the colors and the flavors, but unlike fully matured broccoli, you can eat this whole thing. It doesn't have the fibrous stem that you do from a full-grown broccoli. Hello. Hi, can you tell me where I can find some loose teas, please?
Sure.
Oh, awesome, thank you. So Brooklyn Fair has an amazing selection of everything, including their teas as well. It looks like we have about over a dozen to choose from. So I'm gonna go with some organic oolong, all right? So the last of the 5 secret ingredients was a pork chop. Here we are at the meat counter where you can see they have beautiful prime dry-aged meats. Thank you, man, appreciate it. Have a good one. All right, we got our pork chops, let's go cook. I still don't even know what I'm putting out for you guys. Ha! So here we are, we're in the kitchen of Hunger Pang. We just got back from Brooklyn Fair with our 5 secret ingredients. They are the Berkshire pork chops, organic oolong tea, broccolini, baby orange cauliflower, and ruby red grapefruits. Let's get cooking. One of the challenges that people have with pork is that it tends to dry out when it's cooked. Brining is really easy to do, and not only does it help your meat come out nice and juicy, but you can also add a lot of flavor into it. We start with a sugar and salt mixture. We have juniper, berries, allspice, mustard powder, and star anise. So all you do is just bring this up to a boil. So you want to let your brine steep for as long as you can to pull out as much flavor of your spices as possible. A good 15 minutes will do the job. Let it steep, and then you want to strain it and cool it before you add it to your protein. So now your brine's cool, and you just add your pork right into your brine. So through the magic of television, our pork chop is brined for 12 hours already, okay? So for the next step, we're gonna dry off the pork chop because with the oolong tea that we had got from the market, we're going to smoke it to add another layer of flavor. So there's the smoke. Just cover this, and in about 20 minutes, you'll have a nice smoky flavor in your pork chops. You want to start off in a hot pan. So while our pork is searing, we're going to break down the rest of our veg. We're going to start with this beautiful baby orange cauliflower. Being that it's so small and delicate, my choice of weapon are scissors. And we're just going to cut off these florets. Just take a couple of seconds. So because our cauliflower is so small, I'm gonna break down the broccolini to kind of match the size of that so that it's consistent and uniform. I got into cooking from my father. He had a couple of restaurants in Ireland before my family moved to the country, and then when we moved here, we lived just a couple of blocks away from where we are now. So food was a big part of our growing up, and it was something that I related to. Now we got a nice hard sear on one side, we're gonna flip it over. So you basically take the fat that's been infused with the thyme and the garlic, and you baste your meat, and that puts more flavor into it. I got it going at about 400 degrees. It should probably take about 15 minutes or so. And now for the final ingredient, the grapefruit. We're gonna call it 5 secret ingredient pork chop, okay? As it was coming together, it kind of just made sense to me because it reinforces all of my training. First, we're gonna zest it, okay? I use a microplane zester. You don't wanna go too deep. You just wanna get the skin. You don't wanna get any of the pith because the pith is, it's really bitter, okay? So there's our zest. So to make your supremes, you would just cut in between the membranes because it is pretty fibrous. And all you get is the flesh of the fruit. There's still a lot of flesh that's left in here, and from that we're gonna draw out the rest of the juice. So just basically just put it in your hands and squeeze it. That's part of the fun of cooking and why I got into it and love it as much as I do. So our pork chop should be just about ready. Let's take a look. So we want to let this rest so that the meat redistributes throughout the chop. So we'll just set this aside. So like I said, we're going to be making a gastrique. A gastrique, it's caramelized sugar and some kind of acid. So we're taking brown sugar here. Just going to let this cook a little bit and caramelize. If the sugar caramelizes a little bit, you can see the pan, the liquid getting a little bit dark. We're just going to add our acid to it. Okay. The acid is cooked off a little bit. We're going to add some of our chicken jus we have in house. We're going to set this aside, and we'll finish that in a second. While our pork is resting, let's hook up our veg. That should about do it. So here we have our broccolini florets, our broccoli stems, and our baby orange cauliflower. It's gorgeous. We'll just make a little mound of it here. Use our bone for garnish. So we have our grapefruit zest that we took off the skin. This will just go into the sauce to fortify it again. All right. And a little Thai bird chili just for a little bit of heat. Yeah, don't need too much, these things are spicy. We'll just spoon our sauce over our meat. Have our grapefruit segments. To remind people again what's in our dish. There you have it, our 5 secret ingredient pork chop, huh?
Well, you can really taste the smokiness in the pork. The sauce is really sweet and the tea really comes through. And the grapefruit adds a really nice freshness and acidity to the dish as well.
Okay, so now we're gonna make the second dish of the day. We have on our menu a tea smoked duck breast salad. We brine it for 3 days. And then we smoke it. The only thing that needs to be done here is we just need to crisp the skin. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more pepper. It's got plenty of salt from the brine already. So we're just going to add a little bit of pepper and get this in a pan, yeah? Put that down. And while that skin renders out, we'll start the rest of our salad. We've got some beautiful organic tomatoes here. We sprout our own lentils in-house, and then we also do pickled red onions, which we have here. We do just fresh sliced shiitake mushrooms. We marinate and dehydrate shiitakes here in-house as well. Let's start assembling the plate. So the dressings for the plate are orange ginger honey dressing, and then we finish it off with a balsamic tamari reduction. Just dress our greens here, add a little bit of our lentils, some of our pickled red onions, our fresh sliced shiitakes, tomatoes, And then we have a shredded cabbage carrot mixture for color, also for texture. When you use beautiful ingredients like this, you don't want to overdress it because the lettuce has great flavor in itself, so you want that to come through as well. And again, with any meat that comes out of a pan, you want to let it rest. It doesn't matter what it is. So while the duck is resting, we're going to build this plate, yeah? Lovely, no? This is going on the plate, just as is. Voila. And then we finish it with a little seasoned toasted pumpkin seeds. And then all we do is just take our balsamic tamari reduction, little drizzle, 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 drizzle. There you have it. Tea smoked duck breast salad. How you doing, dude? Good. Dude, I made this just for you.
Awesome, it looks amazing.
Right. Hopefully it is, man.
Thank
Enjoy,
you.
huh?
Looks great. I'll tell you what, the duck is really succulent. It's really, really juicy. What I like about it, it's a very, very, very light dish. It's amazing.